Previously on the show that has been so aptly and poignantly titled, New Crits on the Block.
6 tendrils come shooting out of the floor and grasping onto various stone pillars, bridges, and various other structural points. As a huge motherfucking beak comes shooting out of the middle of the pool, opening its maw and biting the cultist clear in half. Miss Havasit, she floats around in the sky, her eyes flicker, and it seems as though the galaxies that are in the room start zooming in on them and expanding, almost like she's zooming in on something. You see your good fox friend, Sabi. What the absolute fuck is that? And welcome back to Havenport, everybody. You were all expecting. Oh, I don't know.
I'm so excited for the holidays.
Maybe you can tell me. Brian? What day is it?
I don't know.
We could Google it real quick.
It's Monday. I know that.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. It is October 2nd.
God, it's already October.
Well,
I mean,
not yet, but yes.
Not for us.
I mean,
for
right
real.
now it's September.
I know. I'm in the moment, guys.
Oh, I see.
Right. You're trying to act like, wow.
Yeah, wow, we're there. We're already in October.
The PSLs are flowing.
The water flowing?
Pumpkins are
the
out.
pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh, pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh, yeah.
My sister-in-law had never had one. We were at a Starbucks and she was like, "Oh, are these good?" And I was like, I mean,
it's only taken the world by storm, but
120 million white women can't be wrong.
yeah, I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm like, just so you know,
I mean,
if you drink one of these, you'll be a basic bitch. However, basic bitches seem to know what's good.
It will be yummy and delicious, and that's true.
I mean, so she got it and she was like, "Oh, this is good." I'm like, "Yeah, it's as Brian just said." I'm like, "Yeah, it seems like the whole universe has figured this out long before you have."
I'm a coffee snob, and no shade. They're good.
I'll have one a season.
Gotta have one. Right?
Now, when do you do it? Like the very beginning, when you're in like the throes of fall to close it out?
Throes of fall.
It's just like at some point.
Yeah, when the moon strikes, you're just
Only
like, you know what?
when the leaves first turn.
The crisp leaves.
See, that's what I mean. It has to be
One
within
crunchy
that,
leaf.
like, yeah.
Okay,
I feel like you got some wiggle room there.
let's all get one together and celebrate it.
Give you some wiggle room.
Wouldn't that be cute? Oh,
Sponsored by Starbucks.
If
I
we
wish.
get sponsored by
I
Starbucks,
wish.
holy crap.
What if
I don't
they
think-
start selling our CDs in the stores, like their little like Michael
Who the
Bublé
fuck
mixtape
has
CDs?
CDs?
CDs. But don't you remember when they sell those in the store? They used to.
Yeah, I remember that. They had Michelle Branch once,
Mhm.
and I was like, I'm gonna get me that.
A little zhoosh Groban.
Yeah, but nobody
Yeah.
has CDs anymore.
No,
Well, no, you can put them in your like PS5 or your Xbox or something.
Plenty of
Oh, and
people
a
have
little Michael
CDs.
Yes.
Bubbly.
Yeah,
A
little
bubbly.
Michael Boobs.
Well,
yeah, they
Mikey
would have like
Boobs.
the holiday ones even out on display. That was a thing.
Well, today is not National Pumpkin Spice Latte Day.
That's
Oh.
disappointing.
It is, however, October 2nd, National Produce Misting Day.
Oh, and like when the
Wait.
ones get all creative and you hear the
I
rainstorm
like the thunder.
noise.
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single person on the planet that is not just a little excited every time one of those turns on.
It's delightful. What about,
What about
a bit
someone-
of whimsy?
What about someone who has like storm phobia?
I was going to say like mist phobia.
Yeah.
Well, gotta
Yeah.
Google that now. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's like,
There's someone out there.
People that bring their dog into the store, maybe they go.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, that's
you know,
a bad.
fuck
Well,
those people
that's
anyway,
what they
so-
get.
But you know, there's just some old white guy with a cup of coffee in the store going, we needed this.
We really, really needed this.
He has a little
I've-
couch next to it and just pulls the blanket up a little more.
Yeah.
Looks out the window.
Oh,
Are you looking up storm phobia, Ben?
He's
I'm looking
like
up
searching. Look at his little eyes
mist
darting back
phobia,
and
which is
forth
not-
wildly.
which is not a thing.
No.
There has
So
to
what
be
is-
a fear of mist, right?
What's the holiday actually for? Just like the
I'm looking it up.
acknowledgement of it?
Just the fact that people like it. Okay, here it is. Hold on. Homiclophobia. Homiclophobia is
Oh
an
my
irrational
gosh,
or
oh,
disappropriate
Mr.
fear of fog or
Dave's
foggy
are-
weather,
Homicophobia.
often associated with nephophobia.
Nephobia on the
Gotta look
highway.
that one up too. Fear of clouds. Oh, that's a sucky one.
Oh no!
Hey, you want to go
be
outside and look at the clouds with me?
Man, it must be crazy to have such a weird fear like that.
Oh yeah, man.
Like
I
a
don't know
cool story
anybody
to
who's
share?
afraid of things that there's a rational
Okay.
fear of.
Arachnophobia is like a common one, though. I'm talking about like a weird, wacky one, like clouds. Like that's
That
kind of
is-
fun to share at parties. You know,
Oh,
that's
God.
interesting.
Is it?
As long as the
I don't
party's
know.
inside and there's no fog machines.
Astrophobia.
What's that?
Fear of
Fear
space.
and a severe and irrational fear of stars and space.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good if you don't really have to address that ever.
Yeah, I mean, like that's a
I mean,
that's
just-
a good irrational fear.
I mean, just like don't look up ever, right?
at night.
At night.
No.
What if you had a fear that you didn't know? Like, because like obviously phobias are like tied to some of
Yeah.
no,
how do you
like
discover you have a phobia?
what's I mean like
You're
like
terrified
phobias.
of something?
Well, phobias are often
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, you know pretty quickly when you discover you
I
have
just
a
mean,
phobia
like,
for something.
Does it form or does it like?
Well,
that's a
I would
very
assume
interesting
so.
thing.
I
These,
assume
like,
someone had a bad
crippling
experience with
ones,
the
though.
cloud, and that formed them being terrified of them. Maybe they were in a plane, and they did not like turbulence.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, these are things that make sense, right? But like, what if you just had a phobia that like you couldn't like you were unaware of? Like, for example, you let's say you were afraid of like large bodies of water, but you've never been to the ocean, so you just didn't know it. And so then you were like, oh man, I've always wanted to see the ocean. And then you see it one day and you're like, good fucking God. And you're like, what the hell's wrong with Steve? And he's like, I guess he's afraid of oceans.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, my goodness. But you don't know how to identify the fear. You're just like, I'm very uncomfortable. And I don't know why. Or you actually just like see the ocean and you go, oh my God, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah, like you didn't even know.
That's
You're
the
like,
I hate this. I seen it in pictures, but in real life,
all right, Matt, you'll like this one. It's also National Fried Scallops Day.
Ooh, fried
why
scallops.
wouldn't all of us like that? Why only him?
I
Why only
associate fried
fried?
scallops with Matt.
Why can't we do regular scallops?
Those
They
probably
have
their
their
own
day,
too.
Jake.
Yeah, they have their own day. There's plenty of days in the year. That's
I'm sorry,
September
I'm sorry.
Let's not
24th.
forget about baked scallops.
Hey,
See,
big scallops
yes.
are bomb.
Okay, fried
Um,
scallops,
wrapped in
11.
I
Same,
associate those with Matt because he used to cook them when we used to live together. Burned a pan doing it one time.
Uh,
It's also
That's just a lie. I've never burned a
love
pan cooking scallops. You know how long you have to cook scallops to burn a pan? I would have had to have
the wrong
destroyed
amount.
them.
Little crispy scallops.
Little pucks. Little hot
Yeah,
pucks.
that would have been.
Well,
I would have
Matt,
had
you
to
weren't
cook those
always a good-
forever.
you weren't always a good cooker. Chef.
A good cooker. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
also-
gonna
burn.
go wrestle me a cooker real quick.
You weren't always
It's
a good
also-
food maker, man.
International
else?
Day of Nonviolence, which is not
Well,
going to
that's
happen
not
on this
happening
episode.
today. Yeah, we're
I
definitely
mean,
breaking
honestly,
that.
Is there no passive way to get through this, Ben?
can we
make a-
talk to the horror?
Everyone
Yeah.
make a diplomacy check.
Yeah, can I
cast
do
animal
a
friendship?
Yeah,
I have
right now.
plus
Do it.
4 on
Give me
perception.
a diplomacy
Persuasion?
check. I want to hear him. Come on.
Right now?
20,
You made a persuasion
Excellent.
check.
16 plus 4.
I don't have
and
diplomacy. What do I do instead?
Persuasion.
Diplomacy.
I'm sorry.
What
Yeah,
what I
persuasion.
do is I do a dance, an interpretive
gotta-
dance to look
gotta-
like one
got a
like
15.
him with tentacles and stuff. How does
I
that
gotta-
work?
I got a 2 minus 1.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
God.
No, it doesn't work. It's
Super.
a nameless horror from
diplomatic.
beyond the stars.
What if we
some
guess
type
its
of
name?
Weird fucking Cthulhian
Yeah, what if we
nightmare.
guess its name? That's like a secret.
What if we guess its name?
Roger.
And it's like,
What if we guess
yeah,
its
and it's
phobia?
like,
Jake got it. Look at that.
What if
It's
he's
always,
scared of
it's always
clouds?
Roger, dude. It's always Roger.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
And
John?
last one.
Oh, there's one more. He's got more.
Actually,
guys.
I think last week was National John Day. But anyway, last one is National Custodian Day.
Aw.
Oh, well,
Oh yeah.
I think that's
'Cause-
something we can all get behind.
Yeah, I mean they're often
Shout out.
they're underappreciated, and you know what? who doesn't like having things being cleaned?
The unsung
because-
heroes of
Yeah.
Yeah,
raccoons.
like
Rats.
The custodian
Nice.
at my son's elementary school is the nicest man in the world. And I just
They
love
always
him.
are.
They're always so nice. He's so sweet and so nice. And he always says hi every single time, no matter what he's doing. He could be lifting like the heaviest thing in the world. He's like, and he's coming and he sees me coming and he's like, oh, have a good day, ma'am. Let me get the door for you. And he will literally come over and get it. Like, he's just so sweet and polite. It's astounding.
I mean, I'm
It's made of different
deeply
stuff.
appreciative and supportive of all of my custodian staff at the hospital because otherwise everyone would die.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big
very
issue.
important.
We
It's
need
very
things to be
important work.
clean. It's like critically important that things be cleaned properly. So thank you. All right, guys. Well, let's get back into it. You guys have managed to take out 2 of its 6 tendrils or tentacles. One of the times it was holding a man with 1 HP that Soot managed to precision snipe in half, and then he fell to his death.
I freed him from his doom.
You
like
freed
doing
him
that.
from you freed him from a lot of
Soot
things.
really likes freeing people to their death.
Well, you never know. Maybe he could have lived. He might be fine down there.
He's not.
Okay.
I'll just pull back the curtain. He's not okay. And our good friend Sabi, the Kitsune rogue who you met in the bilge, was standing on top of that statue where Snow was originally standing when he got an overlook of the place south of the events unfolding. And she, like everyone else who has seen this thing, initially screamed, "What the fuck is that?"
I did not do this. This is not my. I know it has beak, but it's not mine. I'm not associated with this creature in any way. Thank you.
What makes you think we did anything?
Because you're here. Because you're here. Because you're here. And
So are they.
who are they?
We don't know yet.
Elves?
We didn't ask. We just kind of started shooting things.
Oh,
Also, you're
God.
here too. You could also be responsible.
No, I've just Therasul told me to come. He's here. He's here too.
Oh, well, then you know who they are. Why ask us?
Not really. He just he's kind of tight-lipped about stuff, but I promised that I'd help, and yeah, anyway, he'll be here in a second. He's just much lower in the initiative tracker. Oh my God. Okay. Wait, is that the goblin from the mayor's office? And that is the end of Sabi's turn as it goes on to cult member number 4's turn, who, let's see, he is standing up by the cult leader. He was one of the ones to escape. And the cult leader pushes him forward and says, just get it. Just keep it away from me. I can fix this. As he starts trying to like redraw the blood runes on the ground. But as he's trying to get blood to redraw, it's literally being pulled up into Leanna. And he seems to be having difficulty with that. So the cult member attempts to, let's see, he rolls a will save to see if he has, no, he rolled a 2. He cowers and runs away. So he gets about there we go. He's pinned up in the side of the room, panicking and afraid, understandably. These guys are elves. You don't know how much they know about this thing or if it's known to them, but everyone seems real scared. Guard member number 1, who is the guard to the west, takes a crossbow bolt shot to it, and I need to pull open their numbers again because I have closed everything. Where's his shooty shoot ability? There it is.
He's
He
got like a
also
plus
misses.
10. Oh.
Well, he still missed if he had a plus 10. Let's put it that way. So he takes a shot at it once again, bounces off, completely useless. It is at that moment that it is now a very important character's turn, a character that we have not had an opportunity to hear from yet. It is now the Dire Rat's turn, who in his mind is just screaming,
Let's go.
"Who am I? Where am I? What is going on? Am I a rat? Am I a person? Why do I exist? Nothing makes any sense. Why am I running at this thing? What is this thing?" Matt, what does he do?
Why do I crave cheese?
One other thing, Matt, in his last turn,
Yeah.
he only moved 30 feet. He could have moved 60, right? He could have taken a dash action.
Yeah.
So if you want to move him a full 90 feet or 60 in attack, I'll give you that.
So he would have been here. Okay. So,
Got it.
so it looks like everybody else is just as scared and confused. Like, it doesn't look like anybody has the face of like, yeah, we did it.
No,
We've accomplished our goal.
There is literally no understanding about what's going on except for maybe the cult leader.
Yeah. Okay.
He
Well,
might
then I'm
kind of sort of get it, but it's obviously wrong.
So-
Like he's being like, I can fix this.
so I'm just dashing with my rat. How far is his movement?
30 or 60 if you dash.
Okay. Yeah. No, he's dashing. He's gonna dash up here to this like to the corner of the room, and I assume it's probably obscured from shadow a little bit. And being a rat, I'm gonna try to roll a stealth check for him because he's gonna try to hide in there, being a rat.
Oh, that would be an action, so you could only move 30 feet and then do that.
He doesn't have a bonus action for hide because he's a rat. He doesn't have fast paws.
No, I don't think he does.
But
All
he's
right,
a dire
fine.
rat. He's a special rat.
Quiet pause.
You can put him here.
Then
or
he'll do
whatever and
30
do it.
feet. He'll do 30 feet and hide then.
If Jake was
Okay.
a DM, he'd have fast paws.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
And what is his stealth check, Matt?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who made him.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I'm sorry. No, I was asking you to roll.
Right.
So dire rat. Let's see here. Dire rat.
Probably
He
plus
has
10.
a +3 to his dex.
That's
Plus
it?
7 for
Um,
awesome fast rat feet.
Yeah, and it looks like his proficiency is 2, so he's at least a +5.
Okay.
We'll give him expertise at hiding, right? Because he's
He's a rat.
Because he's a rat.
rat.
So
He's a
yeah.
rat.
So actually, Jake's right. +7.
Okay.
I know.
Here we go. Here's my stealth roll. Oh, wait. 5 + 7, 12.
All right. We're going to
Not
question
great.
whether or not something sees him.
We don't know.
Okay, that's the end of his turn. It is now the Unfathomable Horror's turn. So
He decides
you
that
see,
he can't fathom anything, and he just goes away.
Yeah,
He
he
doesn't
can't
fa- yeah.
fathom himself. He has to go
yeah,
back home.
he can't even fathom himself. So here's what he does.
Go fathom yourself.
Yeah, go
First
fathom
things
yourself.
first. How many tendrils does he have left?
One.
You said we killed 2? And
You
there
said
was
there
Right.
was
six.
one
Out of
left?
6, I thought.
So he
So
started with
There's one
6,
left.
4.
and you guys took out 2. So Jake, that's correct. He has 4.
I know.
now he
Matt,
has
thank
5.
you.
Come on, guys.
Praise me more.
I tried one.
Praise me.
I tried
Yeah.
one too. You didn't
So
listen.
he had 4.
He has
Sorry,
1
he-
now.
He had 6. You killed 2. Now he has 4. And as per this monster's abilities, at the start of its turn,
No, he has 3.
he now has 5. One of them pops out of the portal.
No, he can't
Have
do
you guys
that.
been able to figure out what this thing is yet?
It's an unfathomable beast.
Yeah. Unfathomable
Sure.
horror.
But what its
Yeah, we
what
can't
its
figure it out. It's
actual stat block is?
No,
part of his
Ben,
name
because
is-
we go along with the story that's presented to us and don't try to metagame
Yeah, we
it.
don't try to metagame it.
You've already figured out most of its abilities. This is based off of a roper. A roper is a D&D monster that it looks like a stalactite or stalagmite.
Which
it has
one?
like a natural camouflage.
Yeah, which one is
either,
it?
depending if it's hanging upside down, because they have spider climb. And they have 6 tentacles that they reach out and grab things, pull them in 50 feet, and then eat them. That's basically, I built this thing the same way. I didn't change anything except for it's not moving.
They sound lonely.
Isn't that like those
And,
hanger
hug.
things from Half-Life?
Yeah, kind of.
This thing is big and eats you.
Or
But
what's
yeah, it
the-
essentially does the same
Left,
thing.
Left 4 Dead has a monster like that too.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it then grabs 4 people, or at least it tries to. So here's the thing. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people in its range.
Yeah, and it has 2
Just
Snow?
people, though.
arms.
Yeah.
But not
Snow,
birds. No.
Soot, and
No,
Matt.
you only said people.
Snow, Soot, and Matt.
Me?
Pick a number. Well,
David's
because of your
super far.
dire rat. Because of your dire rat.
Oh, he's hidden. Does he see
Okay.
my dire rat?
But I'm out
Yeah.
of range.
Does he see my dire rat?
Everyone pick a number between
Aw.
1 and 12.
Okay.
Pick a number. Is odds? Hey Ben, do you like odds or evens?
I don't care.
I got your number now.
And yes, Matt, he does see your die rat. His passive perception is higher than his stealth roll. If you really want that answer.
Easiest choice. 7.
So, what'd you pick, Jake?
7.
And Christy?
Well, say what happens with Jake's number first.
Nope.
Wait,
I'm gonna roll 4 dice for its full things. Hope you don't pick one of them. 7. What do you want?
3.
10.5.
7, 3, and 10. Got it. Here we go.
We have to see.
Yeah. Well,
He's moving
transparency.
him around. He's changing them. He's changing them.
7, 3, and 10, huh?
He's like,
Well,
oh,
what do you know?
wow.
That's
7,
exactly what
3,
it is.
3 and a 10 roll. What do you know?
No. I'm just saying those are the numbers. All right. So here's what happens. The 4 tendrils go shooting out, grabbing various people. And here are their attack rolls against those people.
Don't we
That
have to hit our AC
is
first, though?
going to be against cultist number 1, who only has that'll be a hit. Okay, so he is grabbed. Cultist number 1 is grabbed and pulled into its mawing beak. We'll see if he decides
Sucker.
to eat it. This one is going after guard number
mouth.
1, who is also a hit and pulled into, I think it said 25 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, there we go. He is now pulled in as well. This one is also a hit against cultist number 7. So far, so good, guys. And gets pulled in next to its mawing beak. And this last one is a 7 + 7 for a 14. And he goes after the cult leader, who uses a reactionary shield ability to prevent himself from being grabbed. So 3 people pulled in, 1 level 1 spell used from the cult leader. I did not roll any of your numbers, obviously, because
Maybe he's too full now from all the little cultists he's eaten, and he's like, oh, I can't have another bite.
yeah, let's see how full he is against these 2 cultists that are currently right next to him. Ropers only attack once, and they normally deal 4d8 damage. I have this one attacking twice and dealing 2d8, because why not? Yeah, those are hits.
Cheaters.
So no to being too full, then I guess.
Yeah, first one rolls dead, second one rolls dead. So
Yeah.
this thing grabs all these people, pulls them in, misses the massive cult leader, and the cultist number 1 and 7 are pulled into its gaping maw and eaten. As Soot can see with her bird's eye view, pun intended, ha ha ha, I'm so funny. They are devoured like a scene from the movie Berserk, or the TV show at the end, when everyone just starts getting like just absolutely torn apart by demons in the most like hideous, grotesque way. This thing has actually started to form like molars in its mouth. And it
What?
starts like chewing on people. Yeah, it's like changing as it's eating people. As I said in the last episode, it's literally, you can see in its gums inside of its mouth, it's forming eyes, and it's actually witnessing
Oh,
people
right.
being eaten as it eats them. It's really freaking hideous and
I
grotesque.
like that. We need a
And then
dentist.
something kind of interesting happens. Technically, it should have done this at the start of its turn, but whatever.
Can't do it
David's
now.
moonbeam hits it. Because that's a concentration spell that's still in effect, I believe.
Oh,
Correct.
And this is where this is where he gets a moon phobia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lunar,
moon
lunophobia.
phobia.
and goes back home.
Yeah,
'cause he just
Then he
can't.
goes back home because he's just too scared.
He's always like, man, I always
Um,
wanted to see the moonlight, and then he gets punched
like
in the
this,
face by it.
Not like this. So he rolls a con saving throw. That is a natural 1.
That's a fail.
He definitely gets a phobia
Yikes.
now. If there's any
Um,
occasion.
Yeah, maybe he is
Yeah.
afraid of the moon. And you know what's really interesting is that I just for fun kind of said that they were like changing as they did stuff, but being like a quote unquote shape changer,
Oh,
it
it
technically
shapes
take
back.
disadvantage. It should technically, and it changes back. It just looks like how it originally looked, which is this weird like tentacle beast thing. You get the impression though that it was starting to like morph into something else, but it looks like that knocked it back into its original form, which is still hideous.
Oh,
so
but
yeah,
less hideous. I'll take that.
David, go ahead and give me 2d10.
And that was good of a roll. 5 and 3 for 8 total.
Yeah.
That's
midway
damage. Hey, it would have been less had he succeeded.
Yeah.
So that puts him at that many HP. All right. Very good. That is the end of the Unfathomable Horror's turn. As this also happens, a bunch of hideous-looking things start pulling themselves out of the pit. Located at the northern and southern
not
ends of
more
the
enemies.
pit,
No.
you see
No.
these freaking guys show up. And I'm going to pull
Please.
you guys to
They don't have their own initiatives, do they?
Oh, they do, and I already rolled them.
Oh.
Oop. Come here, you. Come here,
Buckle
you.
up,
Come here,
gang.
little guy. All of a sudden, out of the two corners of the pit on the northern and southern end, these amalgamations of like flesh start pouring out. And here's how I describe them. Grotesque amalgamations of flesh, teeth, eyes, and hair that more reshape themselves from one step to the next rather than naturally walking. Their appendages are lined with teeth and claws, and the one consistent feature they have is their open, gaping maw filled with razor-sharp teeth ready to rend and tear and consume their next victim. I'm going to go ahead and real quick just pull you to a new screen so you can see what they look like. First person who wants to, go ahead and describe what you think they look like.
Gross.
Oh, boy.
Like a murloc, but cut in half by teeth.
That
A
will cut in
nightmare
half.
frog.
A nightmare frog.
Ooh, Nightmare Frog's
Nightmare
good.
Frog.
It looks like
Okay.
Slimer with teeth.
It kind of looks like what I
Well-
described it as.
But if the middle of its body is just all teeth and mouth.
Yeah. It's if you look up a maw demon, that's what they look like. MAW demon. So yeah, whatever the hell this thing is, they just poured out, and they also start trying to kill things. This first one, let's see, is it Maw Demon number 2's turn or 1? 1's turn. Excellent. Let's see. Snow or guard number 3. Let's find out. We're gonna go ahead and say Jake, high or low, or even an odd. Jake, even an odd.
Ben, are you a betting man?
I don't care. Just pick a number.
Even.
Odd. Natural 1 again. Wow. Wild. It runs down and tries to eat guard number 3. So
I'm
it makes
just
an
that good.
attack on him. Rolls a 6. I don't think that's going to do it. What is its chance to hit? Oh, I don't have its stats. Wait. Yes, I do.
This is a roller coaster you're putting us on, Ben.
No, that is a straight up miss on that guard. So no, nothing happens. Excellent. That is, so yeah, that guy's terrified. He has a crossbow out, wasn't ready for that. As this thing comes, just pulls itself out of the pit, and then like shape changes as it like it doesn't walk. It's like a tendril of flesh will come out and form a leg, and then another tendril of flesh will come out and form a leg as the previous leg gets pulled into it. That's kind of how I could describe how they move. And it runs up and tries to bite this guy who it misses. Thank God he saw it coming. That is Madia number 1's turn. It is now guard number 2's turn, who once again, he saw his friend get shot at, so he's going to shoot at that thing. He rolls a 17 plus. He actually does some damage to it. So these guys have huge hulking crossbows. So they roll a d10 for damage. Where are my d10s at? He rolls a 2, so not a lot of damage. So 2 plus 3 for a total of 5 damage against Maw Demon number 1. Which still hurts it. That's something. All right, so that was guard number 2's turn. Now it is Maw Demon number 2's turn, which is the one to the north. It runs directly at the cult leader, directly in front of him, and attempts to bite him. Now, he recently used a shield. It doesn't know or understand that, but it's still going to try to eat him. The rolls an 18 plus, though. That hits, regardless of what happens. And so with that, they deal 2d8 plus 2. They do some damage as well. Oh, 2 1s. Wow. That is pathetic. So he deals a total of 4 damage to the 4 damage to the cult leader. Yikes, that's not very much. Good for him. He's still alive. And that is the end of Maw Demons number 2's turn. Rare Snow, you just saw all this, and now it's your turn. You watch this thing come pulling out of the pit, and then run directly at you, but then took a turn towards guard number 2 instead, or guard number 3. What do you do?
I will run behind it and attacketh the eyeball creepy thingy.
Okay.
With my attack. Let's see if it lands. Can you use my rapier? That's a 6.
Total?
Yeah. That's a crit 1 plus 5 for a 6.
Well, that's just a fail no matter what.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out that you try to go stabbing through it, and as you I mean, how could you miss this thing? It's right in front of you. It's not even paying attention to you, except for all of those eyes staring at you from behind of it and in front of it. And as you go to stab through it, it literally creates an opening in the middle of it as you go right through, and then all of the eyes at once turn and face you.
Okay.
Then what?
Not cool. Don't like that. And then as I run by it and completely whiff, I use my bonus action and disengage and continue running past it another 10 feet. I go to the other side of the bathhouse, completely convinced that I land a most mortal wound on my foe.
A wound most mortal.
I think a very low insight check would reveal that thing saw that coming. Yikes. Okay, well, that's Rare Snow's turn. It's now guard number 3's turn, who witnessed this happen. Terrified, he drops the crossbow.
Advantage. Were you doing flanking, right? You said you were going to consider them allies?
Oh, he did say that, didn't he?
So flanking, doesn't it have to be threatened by 2 different creatures?
Well, it's threatened by him. And then
he had a crossbow out. I don't think it counts if he has a crossbow out. I'd have to look it up. But you know what, Jake?
Let me tell you, Ben, I don't care. If there's a guy next to me with a giant fucking crossbow, I'd be threatened.
Yeah, I don't know. What constitutes like threatening for you? Because if they have a gun to my head, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm a little threatened.
Yeah. Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to this week's middle break. Hey, psst, come over here. I got some inside info for you. Okay, is anybody listening? Okay, good. So earlier today, we just recorded the last episode of Ben's Haven Port arc, which means there's a couple left until we wrap this baby up. So make sure, A, you pay attention to what's going on. B, catch up if you haven't caught up yet. But also just to let you know that we got some new programming coming in the next few weeks too. Maybe we're going to get back to a little holiday tradition that we weren't able to really do last year, but we might get into this year. And then maybe after that, we might be getting back to, some certain characters that you've been along the ride with for the last 4 years. So maybe just pay close attention to all that coming up. But if you want to help us get to that point and then go beyond that point, which I know that you do, there are a few things you can do to help us and help our podcast grow. The first thing, subscribe, rate, review to our podcast wherever you get our podcast from. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever podcast catcher you're listening to, flub that up. Going to keep going like it didn't happen. No big deal. Whatever podcatcher you're using, obviously we're there. So go hit that subscribe button. Give us a 5-star review and write a little synopsis about why you like our podcast so people who come along and see us and find us might think that they'd be interested too. The other thing is make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. We are posting content to there all the time. Funny quotes from episodes, funny little audiograms of little clips that we think are silly or funny or kind of embody the spirit of that episode. The best way you can help us grow there is by tagging people that you think might like those posts, or by sharing those posts to your own sphere as well. Put them on your stories, put them on your posts, on your feed, whatever you can to help. A little bit goes a long way in that department because we're only growing through word of mouth. So those tiny little things really do help us out tremendously. And one of the ways we like to give back is we have a Discord for the podcast. Yes, it is a Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. Of course, you can go in there. There's channels to talk about the podcast, talk about the episodes, talk about whatever arc we're on, talk to the fans, talk to the cast members. But if you just want to go somewhere and chill and talk about your own D&D adventures or just life in general, we got channels for that too. It's a safe, inclusive space that we've been growing over the last few years, and we love what it has become. So if you're not a part of that Discord yet, what the heck are you waiting for? Come on in and join the fun. Now you might be thinking, well, man, I want to help you do all these things, but where do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/newcrits on the block will get you to all the places that we mentioned, and some places we didn't even have time to mention, like our merch store, linktr.ee/newcrits on the block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. As I mentioned, we're on the home stretch here. We got a couple more episodes left until we are switching gears, changing gears, and kicking it off into overdrive. So please enjoy the rest of this episode. As you know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. So until next week, we love y'all. Be safe out there. Be excellent to each other. Bye-bye.
No, you can go ahead and take advantage.
Hell yeah, that's all I wanted to hear.
And in the
You don't have to
meantime-
say less.
Please.
Fuck.
What'd you roll?
What'd you get?
Fucking 4 plus 5, 9.
Oh,
Jacob.
Jake, after
So,
all
yeah.
that.
After all that,
Come
yeah.
on.
Come
So it
on,
didn't
dude.
matter. I sucked anyway.
Gonna need you to do something here, bud.
I did.
Yeah,
You
so-
didn't see that? I'm gonna
so
look.
you-
I'm gonna look over at David and be like, "Huh? Pretty good, right?"
Oh, Dave was not
you
looking.
take that.
Oh,
You
shit.
take that
Oh.
one thrust, and exactly what I said happens, where it just opens up in the middle of it, and you go right through it, and all the eyes look at you, and then you pull it out and go to do it again, and it just does it again, and the whole thing kind of just kirks its head at you, like, and then just all the eyes blink at once,
Good thing I ran away 10 feet.
and then you ran away. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, guard number 3, he just absolutely drops his crossbow because he's like, fuck this.
Come on. Dude.
And proceeds to pull out his longsword and attempts to hit it. And they have multi-attack.
Yeah, probably can't do better than I did. Right.
So first hit, 9+, that'll do it. Second hit,
Wow.
17+, that'll do it. So he does 2d8 plus 6. Let's see if he can do some damage to this thing. Oh, that's a 7. I'll take it. All right. Total of 15 damage to this creature. So yeah, he pulls out his sword and shield and starts wailing on Maw Beast number 1, what I've just titled Eyes and Teeth, and deals a total of 18 damage. And it's actually looking pretty hurt now. You think as he cleaves into this thing once and pulls his sword out, the thing like opens up like and then just back together, and then he just does it again, and it does it a little slower the second time. It's like and you're like, okay, I think he got it.
I loosened him up for him.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And that is the end of guard number 3's turn. Cultist number 5 cowers in fear. They're useless. They can't do anything. And so he also runs away. And David, it is now your turn.
As my action, I am going to make my moonbeam fly down to the little abomination here to the south that's been being attacked, and it's going to fry him up.
Okay, he has to make a con save.
Yes, is he a changeling as well?
I think that the way I describe them, they sound pretty shapeshifty.
Yeah, so that's a
So I'll
disadvantage.
say he rolls with disadvantage.
Especially considering his shape was shifting.
Yeah, he rolls a 3 plus whatever. He fails.
That's a fail.
Hell yeah.
All right,
So
give me
good old
2d10.
2d10, pew pew. There's
There,
the
big
roll.
deeps.
9 and so 13 damage.
Nice.
The moonbeam comes shifting over this thing, and it erupts into light and fire as its like teeth are clacking, and it shifts into all these different shapes, and it turns into like a spear. As it begins to die, all of its like flesh and teeth and claws and nails come to a point and jut out directly at guard number 3, but it dies before it reaches it with this spear tip at its throat. And then the whole thing collapses into a puddle of flesh hair goo. And it is dead.
Fleshy goop, yep.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Ma Beef number 1 is dead. Good turn. Good use of
Yeah.
the spell.
Yeah, you did a good job. Just
I
like
think
me.
you still have like bonus action.
I
maybe?
do,
Or is
but
it-
there's nothing
is
I
that
can
an
really.
action or
That's an action.
You want to come up and get closer, huh?
I do
Probably.
not. I'm staying right where I am because this thing has a range of 120 feet, so I'm good right here.
Fair enough. All right. Well, that is the end of David's turn. Soot, it's your turn. You're flying around, and I'm going to guess probably not thrilled.
I'm not thrilled. No.
I don't want to take away your character's agency, but
No, I hate it. Dodging tentacles and watching my friends be attacked by giant mouth. Not good. I am going to. Let's see here. I want to shoot the tentacles that are in range of getting snow. Is there one?
there's like probably a couple.
Yes.
So there's 5 of them. So I'd say there's at least 2 based upon this thing's dimensions. Well, actually, we don't know that. Here, hold on. Yeah, there is. There's 2.
Okay.
Sorry.
Am I able to fly out of their distance? Either up or away?
You've been able to tell that these things have a range of about 50 feet, just looking at them.
Okay.
So you can get 50 feet away from it if you wish.
I would like to do that, and then I will shoot because my short bow has 80.
So just so you
feet
know,
for
you're about
range.
30 feet from it.
Okay. Just put me where I won't get gotten.
Okay, I will do that for you.
At safe distance now, I will shoot whatever tentacle is in the most closest to my friend.
Okay, take a shot.
And I'm going
Take your shot.
Now, do the bodies inside of it are those considered allies?
Yeah.
That it's currently eating.
Yeah, they might
Well,
still be
they're
alive.
They're not
fully dead.
currently
Yeah.
8.
Are they
Yeah.
Well, you
threatened
know what
by
they
him?
say. The enemy of my enemy is its lunch. So no.
So I get sneak attack, right?
Yeah, I think because he's inactive. There's a clause in sneak attack saying if active with digestion, you also
How about you do this? Give me a roll.
4.
Working on it.
Okay, you rolled a 4.
No, I mean a roll for what? What
Give
roll
me an
would
attack
you
roll.
like?
You're trying to attack it, right?
Yes, I'm attacking it.
You got
23.
Okay, so that would hit.
Nice.
So now the
Yes.
question is whether or not you have sneak attack, and if you do, you'd also have advantage. You know what? Let's go ahead and say you do. So go ahead and give me another roll, see if you crit it.
I knew that digestion line would work.
I'm thinking more it's...
How about a 23 again?
No, I know.
okay,
I
well,
know
you
what
hit
you're
it. I'm
getting
thinking
at.
it's more guard number 1 right here, who probably is
Giving me
causing... Yeah.
Yeah. He's getting
Give me
grappled.
that damage and that sneak attack damage.
that. Okay.
Somebody finally hit it.
Damage. That is a 7, and sneak attack is 8.
So for a total of 15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so one of those crossbow bolts hits it inside its mouth eye, which, once again, it doesn't like. All the tentacles squirm and squiver and fly all everywhere. Poor guard number 1, who is to the west of it, who's currently wrapped up in one of its tentacles, is being like whipped around all over the...
Sorry about that.
Well, that's okay, because it's purely flavor. It doesn't actually do anything to it. Soot, you want to do anything else? I think that's probably your turn.
That is my turn. Yes.
Yeah, you moved and attacked. You could hide as a bonus action.
I'm in air. Is there a place to hide in air?
Mm.
Well,
For where you are, no. So I guess that's
then,
it.
Then no.
It is now the cult leader's turn. He continue. Let's see. That's right. Mr. Eyes and Teeth are right in front of him. He probably doesn't like that. So let's see. I made a bunch of spells here. What would he do? I think he goes ahead and uses this super cool 2nd level spell. that he has. He casts the spell Shatter. Sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from the point you chose within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on the point you must make a con saving throw. Con or 3d8. Excellent. So he uses, the cult leader uses the ability Shatter. And actually, you know what? He puts it right here, which allows him to hit both the Nameless Horror and the thing with the eyes and teeth. He might be an evil cult member, but he's not an idiot. Let's see how they do. That one rolled a 3. That one rolled an 11 plus, what is its con? 3, 14. DC 15. No, they both fail. So they both take 3d8 damage. So he deals a total of 11 damage to both of them. The cult leader who's trying to figure out the blood situation has all the eyes and teeth maw demon run up to it. It starts chewing away at him. He takes a little bit of damage from it, and then he instinctively reaches out and casts Shatter kind of like behind it and in the ground right at the bridge, dealing this sonic damage to them. And as this happens, you see the stonework kind of crack at the bridge, and that crack somewhat extends from because Shatter deals extra damage to inorganic things like stone and glass, stuff like that. So he does it right at the bridge, and it literally puts a crack through the bridge, and that crack extends like concrete often does when it gets a crack in it. All of a sudden just juts straight down and into the circular area where the Unfathomable Horror summon circle is. And that crack goes through the summon circle, and the whole thing kind of shivers a little bit, like that wasn't good for the circle. And that is the end of cult leader's turn. Gush, it's your turn.
I'm going to shoot a crossbow because I really don't know what to do. I don't want to go around it because I just keep seeing things being grabbed and eaten. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to keep shooting at it here from here.
Take a shot.
What? Oh, that's a 7. I thought it was a 1.
No.
That is it's a 11 total.
Still a no.
Bummer.
You let loose a crossbow or bow bolt. I don't know. What do you have?
It's a crossbow.
You let loose a crossbow
Light.
bolt at it, and it misses. It is now cultist number 3's turn. He was cowering underneath this bridge here in the water, and you see him, and he just kind of like starts to like sink under the water, like as the water's just like he just tries to go under the water just a little bit, and you see the little bubbles come up from above his head, like maybe if I just stay down here, it won't see me. And at that moment, something, Gush, moves quickly towards you from behind you. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Something moves quickly
like,
towards you from behind you. Taking a dash action, it moves a total of 60 feet. So let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And standing directly behind you is a Mr. Therasul, the elven champion that had accompanied Sabi. He rolled real shit in his initiative tracker, and he views what is happening, and in broken common just shouts, "No! We have to close portal!" And that's as far as he can move, because he moves 60 feet and he's a melee character, so what the fuck is he going to do? And that is the end of round 2. It now goes up to the top of round 3. And we are once again at Mrs. Havasset. And as she's going through all these planets, her eyes are like flickering. And it's almost like she's swiping left on. Do you swipe left or right? You swipe left if you don't want something.
I don't know. I've never been on one before.
How does Twitter work?
Yeah,
Twitter,
swipe
Tinder.
right is good. Swipe left is bad.
Yeah.
Okay, she's swiping left on all these planets as they
Okay.
go by with her eyes. They're just like darting to the left as like planet, dart, planet, dart, planet, dart. And as she's going through all of these, all of a sudden she comes across one, and then like everything like flickers, and it starts to like zoom in on it, and it starts zooming in like really, really, really close. And so again, this is like happening like in the sky above the nameless horror, like in the walls, like we said, like a planetarium. And as she goes down, 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 you see what looks like a city, and you realize it's a top-down view of Havenport, and it goes down, 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 and it goes directly into the floor, and it's dark, and then suddenly you see the very room you're in as a holographic projection, and all of your people, you guys, and her, and the nameless horror, it all starts to shift into your positions of where you are, like you're all becoming one and lined with what this thing is seeking. And you now realize that it has quite literally to a inch pinned down exactly where everything and everyone is. And its eyes flutter, and it looks around, and it says, I found you. And its eyes flutter, the light goes out, the hologram ends, and Mrs. Havasset collapses to the ground.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do anything. Christy
Oh.
just lost her entire computer.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
we'll have to do
currently Christy is frozen on my screen.
Yeah, like this.
How did you?
we're gonna have
lose
to
all
do the
four?
recording again, right? Because it's not
I
gonna have
just-
to
I
save
just-
the file.
Oh no. Yeah, because I don't want Brian to have a coffee at 10:30 at night.
Yeah. So
He
the
has to
problem
work
is he was
tomorrow,
up at
doesn't he?
like he was up at like 5 this morning doing side work, and it was very physical. And yeah,
What are you eating, Jake?
so he's
Rise.
What you got there, bud?
Wendy's.
Is that
Oh,
what
that
you went and
would've
got?
helped.
Did you grub
that
hub
would
it?
have helped Brian. We should have got you Wendy's, babe. Give you life.